There's like this thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound like it was treasured site in Christianity?
All right. Oh, welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. We are live. Hour number 5. 4.5. January 13th, 2022. How are you? You're here? You made it over hump day? My 9 to 5ers working in the sun. Glad you could be here tonight, starting an hour later. I will probably go an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depending on how things go. So, welcome to the show. Got an interesting one. You know, earlier today, I was on Alien Addict. And towards the end of that show, we started talking about the meta. You know, this new thing that will be could possibly be a reality for your reality. And I have a feeling when that thing goes live and it's working, who knows when it'll be perfect or whatever. It'll never be perfect, but maybe in 5 to 10 years from now, we will be sitting in our chairs and interacting with all of you. And the show will be me and all of us. You know, there may even be a studio where you guys could sit and it looks like I'm in a studio with all of you. And we could see each other in this virtual reality. Who knows? But it's going to be interesting to see how society gets addicted to that. Because we got addicted to the internet and people couldn't get enough information. Then they realized, you mean porn is free? Free porn. And then people started figuring out, oh, there's a way we could sell music and do that, right? Remember Napster? Oh, that was a website. But anyway, we went on the internet to get there. And then UFOs got popular. Everything started, all the conspiratorial things. You went down these rabbit holes and you were stuck inside and you couldn't get out and you wanted the truth. And you were more confused because you went down this rabbit hole and you got addicted. I love YouTube. Love it. I like the fact that I can get in there and watch anything I want. Learn how to cook. Learn how to fix a sink. Learn how to get oil off my rims. You know what I mean? Clean up those headlights so they look clear. Yeah. And nothing a lemon can't fix with baking soda. Let me tell you, I learned a lot on YouTube. Now I'm addicted to TikTok and the shorts and all that stuff. I can't stop watching. But imagine if I could be there with them. That's what's coming. You want to go on a trip? Come with me. You know, let's go skiing. It's not real, but here we are. It sure as hell looks real to me. I can't wait. And Lee from Must See Audio was saying it's going to be insane, the things he was talking about. We'll talk a little bit more. I just talked about it. Now it's over. That's the show. Well, roll call, everybody. Blue Chicken, welcome to the show. Sapphire Elf, welcome to the show. We're also going to be talking about, and I know I talk about it all the time, but, you know, fake it till you make it. That's what ufology's turned out to be. Ian McFadden, how you doing, lad? Good to see you, lad. I already said lad twice. Zach Diecast Monsu, welcome to the show. And I just came from Ryan Stacey's show. What is it? Beyond the Tinfoil Hat, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Beyond the Tinfoil Hat. That was fun. The Experiencer Support Association is the channel. I stand corrected. Well, I think that's the channel, but the show is Beyond the Tinfoil Hat. I meant to ask and I forgot. Well, anyway, what a great 2 hours that just flew by. I love going on other people's shows. Love it. And he made it fun for me. I can't thank him enough for that. If you haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the chat, in the, not the chat, the show description. You can see it. I put it on Twitter, Facebook, and all other places. Go check out the link if you haven't. The YouTube messages and all that stuff. What a great time. What a great guy. I had a lot of fun. Eric81872, welcome to the show. Felicia the Beautiful Flores, welcome to the show. Dre and Glow, that is the tempo. Hey, I say it. Thank you. Elsie Tiger, Third Phaser, Gufonian, Quaker Rock Fam, welcome to the show. Oh, I already said it. I'll say it again. Sapphire Elf, welcome to the show. Tim Freestone, welcome to the show. IR Film, welcome to the show. Kid Approved, welcome to the show. And thanks for coming over to Ryan Stacey's show. Appreciate the support. Coral Ann was there too. Thank you for coming over. Welcome to the show. All right. Stephen Carney. Welcome to the show. Shane Rodriguez. Hey. The show has you. First Floor Audio. Welcome to the show. Who's coming through the front door? Stu Gerson. You just broke it down, didn't you, lad? He's the biggest of all. Strongest man in the Allverse. Miami Mini, or Maine Mini Maine. Welcome to the show. Glad you can make it. Sky Allen, Nathan Allen, welcome to the show. Mike Johnson was there. Thanks for the support. Welcome to the show. Hey, William Bridges, what up? Read my email. Last try? I haven't checked emails today because I woke up at 5:30 and went on Alien Addict's show. And then right after Alien Addict, I had 20 minutes or so and went over to Ryan Stacey's show. So I haven't checked. And I don't know what last try means. So I'll check it out when I have time. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. And because you weren't here last night, I don't think you were, you get one of the... Good. Mucho gusto, generoso. William Bridges. Mucho gusto. A continuing supporter of GUFON. Grazie. All right, we're done. Roll call done. Most people in this community are full of shit. Welcome to the show. Big Fat Creep. Welcome to the show. Panther, welcome to the show. That's it. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. Just, we'll be here a while. So, welcome to the show. John Hintz. Welcome to the show. And welcome to the show. That's who you are now. Monka Pinwashnya. Welcome to the show. Great name, man. That's original. Kelly Lewis, how you doing? Steve Grilly, what's up, man? All right, let's get going. Dark Sky. Yeah, you guys are really popping in that chat room tonight. So, I was just on the Ryan Stacey show. Is it Beyond the Tinfoil Hat? Well, the channel's the Experiencer Support Association is where you can find it. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can go check that out whenever you want. Good guy, good show. I like what he's doing. I really do. Ryan Stacey, I think, is doing what I will be doing more of. We got away from it because we're doing other things and stuff like that. But, I want to do what we talked about on Ryan's show. One of the things was, how is the paranormal... is ufology, UFOs, and ghosts and spirits, are they both paranormal? And the answer is yes. Because he asked me, what is paranormal? Well, things that shouldn't happen, but do. Like, you shouldn't be able to see a ghost, or you shouldn't see a UFO. And I say shouldn't, and that's the wrong language, but it's basically, it just doesn't happen that often to just anybody. Actually, Ryan's here right now. This is unbelievable. Hey, welcome to GUFON, Ryan Stacey. I tried to wait till you got done. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I was just like, I thought you were going to bring me in at 10:20, but I was
okay. You know what? I can.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's too late. I'm here. Hi.
I know. Oh man, sorry. Yeah, well, true. I wasn't watching the clock, and I was done with roll call, so I said I'll just bring him in. Apologize for that.
It's all good.
But thank you. Yeah, man. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I just did a quick little bathroom break and got the okay for the wife to skip the shows tonight and then hop in with the momentum. So thank you for the invite.
This is the guy I was telling you about. I was just on his show. That's the guy.
Okay.
Well, let's do a little purple tonight. We'll get that.
I missed all the horrible things you said about me. I'm sorry.
Well, they weren't all bad.
Okay, good.
It was actually, pretty good. I couldn't wait. You're right, John. And I also wanted to add, you can help support the show with, the Super Chat, Super Sticker, Cash App, and also PayPal, as well as become a patron. So thank you for your support. Keeps the show alive 6 days a week. So, Ryan, I was just telling everybody, what, the name of your show. Is it Beyond the Tinfoil Hat?
Yeah, that's right. Beyond the TinFoilHat.
And it's under the channel, the Experiencer Support Association.
Correct.
Hey, can you tell me what that stands for? Like, what is that?
Okay, sorry, I wasn't prepared for an interview. I thought I was just listening in on to what you had planned for tonight.
Okay. I was just curious because I was just talking about it. That's all. I wasn't going to interview you.
It's okay. The Experiencer Support Association is exactly as it sounds. It's a group of like-minded people that band together to support experiencers in many different ways, to guarantee that they are at least taken care of, because if it wasn't for them, I would not be here. If it wasn't for them, perhaps, Rich, you have experiencers too, like you wouldn't be able to have an audience to talk to. So it's kind of that, like an opportunity to give back to those experiencers, because you are the witnesses, you are some of you are victims, so there's that. So there's a lot of things that Tessa provides. Me as an individual, I'm responsible. I'm the director of investigation, so I own and operate a private investigating firm. That firm handles the investigations, and the purpose of that is to make sure that what you think has happened is what really happened, and to make sure it wasn't a crime. And if it was a crime, then we deal with that. And we also provide resources for therapy and things like that for those who need it. And we're raising money to help those who can't afford it, so we'll pay for it if they really need it. And I love your background. That's Stranger. Is that Stranger Things?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I know, right? I love that. It looks so good.
Looks
How
good.
could I not use it? Thank you. Well, I was going to talk about the metaverse that may be coming. Well, it is coming, no doubt about it. But where will we be as a society in the coming years as that thing gets pretty close to being a perfect other reality? I think we were talking about it because you asked me before I left your show what I'm talking about tonight. And we talked about this a little bit on the other show I was on earlier, an Alien Addict, about, well, we have the Oculus now and other virtual headsets that we could put on to escape this reality. And I have to tell you, when I tried the Oculus last year, I was way more than impressed, because I never thought that I would be on a ledge and look down and feel like I'm going to fall over. I was actually, losing my breath. I mean, the heights and everything, it really is amazing. And that's the Oculus 2. They just can't, I think they're coming out with the 3, but I heard that the PlayStation came up with this incredible headset that's going to be, I think, the Meta, right? I don't know if you heard of that, but apparently it's going to be the Meta. And this Meta universe is going to be just like reality, I guess, where you can you meet people and just like get in your car, like your fake car, and drive somewhere to meet somebody? Do you know how that's going to be?
I'm not sure. You said PlayStation. I think it's Facebook. Is it not Facebook?
It's on Facebook, but PlayStation came out with their own thing.
I just my experience with the Oculus, the one that I have, like, I mean, I've only experienced those fear ones, you know,
Yeah.
like that you go around and be creepy because I'm an investigator. So, you know, you go in and these spooky little ghost hunt things, and it really freaks you out. Like like it feels real. Um, so, I mean, I don't know if you can drive a car. Jeez, who
And
needs to go out anymore?
that's what I was saying. Like, if we're not going out anymore, are we experiencing aliens from the future, like the Greys? Like, that's us, and they're coming back to see us. Because what we do is, if this becomes real intense, which I think in 10 years we're all going to want to do this thing. And I don't think people are going to want to leave their homes. I think they're going to be addicted to it, which means, maybe they'll be able to work from it and do all sorts of stuff and wear this thing all day long. But that means, as a society, we don't have that interaction, that face-to-face interaction. We don't get sunlight. We don't get the exercise we need. So is it possible this is the beginning of us dwindling away into little thin aliens with bigger brains? Because, Elon Musk they put that chip inside an ape, and he can move certain things to get his little juice with that little chip in his mind. I don't know if you ever saw that, but it's amazing what Elon Musk is doing with that brain thing, whatever it's called.
They're doing a lot of things amazingly. The thought that came to my head, honestly, and I mean, I don't want to get dark, but it's just that PI hat came on, that investigator hat came on. And let me frame this right. Like, do we create our avatars? Like, we become anyone we want in this world?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, because you can do it now.
Yeah. So what's stopping a guy from being a girl and a girl from being a guy, or
exactly,
sexual predators? Things. That's where my head kind of went at.
Ooh.
And, how do we? Okay, do you remember Warcraft, the World of Warcraft? I don't know if that.
I never played it, but I've seen it a million times.
So I used to. Spoiler alert! I used to be a big nerd. I play video games. Play Assassin's
So do I,
Creed.
man. Yeah.
But I played Warcraft for a while, and you would get these players that would be men who play as female players, and you would get these men who would like think that they're flirting with these female characters, and because they were hanging out with them, you'll get more gold and you get more quests. So there was a psychological bad problem thing with that. Like, I mean, so in personal experience, I ended up having like a past relationship. Like, someone left me for someone on a video game. It's silly, stupid stuff. But anyways, like the that's real though. So what kind of security measures are going to be in place? That's what I'm worried about. How do you stop the 4-year-old kid, not 4-year-old kid, like 8-year-old kid from creating an avatar that appears to be an adult?
I don't like that thought.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to be dark, but I'm just like, that's what I'm worried about. People can, it's a good way to hide in the shadows and be undercover and do like black market shady stuff. Here we are thinking it's a video game and it's fun and great, but what about the bad people? Because they get in too.
So if this world will have maps of the real world in it, I'm pretty sure they're going to have that. And, you could tell somebody, hey, follow me, go here, meet me here at 5:00. And I mean, that is awful. I mean, that's kind of what happened with the internet for still happening.
So they're going to have police officers inside, being aware of this. They're going to have some sort of security measures in person. Facebook and all, well, I think TikTok, like all of the social medias right now, they do have people that are paid to watch all of this bad content and delete it so it doesn't get to us. So how do you, that's just scrolling, but how do you do that in the real world? How do you listen into a conversation when you're not party to it? You can't just stand there. It's awkward.
There has to be some sort of way to verify somebody that they're of age, 18. Maybe we have a fingerprint thing that, we're going to
be through authentication through it. Yeah, it would have to be. But you can lie on those too.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe face recognition stuff. I don't know. I think what they should do is then you can't be who you want to be. Maybe there's another camera that's on you, and those people can police and see you anytime they feel like it. If you're really this, person on there. I don't know if that's invasion of privacy, though.
Well, you read the fine print click accept
Yeah.
without reading it like everybody does. I'm sure they can get away with anything.
I actually like reading those things. I like to know what I'm getting into. I didn't use Restream for the longest time because I didn't like it that they can take control of your, they can become moderators on your channel. And they did. They said, we probably won't do that, but it could
in case
happen.
We need to. It could happen, yeah.
Yeah, and they were deleting comments on my show. And I'm like, forget it. I'm done with Restream. And I only used them for a week. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Wanted access to my stuff. So that's scary. Yeah, you bring up a very good point. And the other one is, we're going to be so engaged in this thing. I don't see how it'll ever go away unless they pull the plug on the whole thing. But it's going to be a multi-billion-dollar, probably trillion-dollar world where you could buy stuff and sell things maybe. I'd like to see that. You walk into an eBay store, and you're just clicking on things. And, instead of going into an app, you go into the meta.
So we use this, we're partnered up with a group called the Observation Deck, which is actually a virtual platform for conferences, which you have an avatar, and we have an office, we have an expo hall, we do our meetings sitting there talking as characters.
That's awesome.
You could attach a virtual reality headset to it if you wanted to, but like we're even in that, like recently we had, so our EA sessions are normally through Zoom, through video calls like this. But we had one recently where we're like sitting in a room and it just had that feeling like we were actually sitting with each other. So it does affect you psychologically when you start to see yourself outside of that fourth dimension. Like you're almost godlike in the sense of seeing yourself away from yourself, and then your thoughts go to that, not to here. It's weird. It is a weird feeling to be in it as well.
But the observation deck, you could actually put on a virtual reality and look to the right and see the other person who's wearing theirs.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what our reality is going to be.
The convenience, though, is like you're in Florida. I'm in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Like we could sit beside each other and not have to pay all those bucks and drive.
How wild is that?
Right.
But I don't want to be in a virtual world. I want to visit somebody where they're actually at. And I don't know if we'll ever get to that point. Like maybe you would have to get this meta helmet or whatever and photograph where you live and it stitches it together. I don't know.
Well, they have to create this world. So is this world they're creating inside the virtual world a copy of this actual world? So if I were to go to like Florida in that world from here, I'm not going to know if that's actually Florida. You would, though, unless you do a tour and be like, that's interesting. There's actually a tree there, but there's not, because you would know because you're a local. But for us to explore all over the place, it's very easy for us to be, there's misinformation too.
There would be, yes. But we don't know if we're living in one now. You brought that up last hour when I was on your show. You said, how do you know you're not inside the Matrix? Inside the Matrix. Yeah. I'm like, why'd you have to say that? Because it's true.
We don't know unless we check out. And I mean, I'm not quite confident that there is anything, so I don't want to wait till I don't want to hurry it. But I mean, that's when we know, when we get our wings.
So that's the negative side of the meta. Is the security.
I'm sorry. I brought that.
I'm glad you did, actually, because we have to think about it.
It's from my perspective. I protect people, so I'm always thinking of the risks. But there are positives, and that's bringing people together, and that's exploring and seeing places that you couldn't travel to. People who can't afford to travel across the world might be able to experience the pyramids. Like things that could be the world for some people.
When I have the headset on for the Oculus and visit the pyramids, it's unbelievable. It's like you're there. It isn't, but it is. I mean, you're looking up at this thing. And then they have the Star Wars, I don't know if you played any of those games and whatnot, but my God, you're standing right next to Darth Vader, Yoda. It's so
and
cool.
You get into it, and next you know there's a hole in your TV. But
I know. I can't tell you how many times I hit my shins on my table. I'm telling you, it sucks. But it is what it is. That's where we're going, I believe, in the future. Why not? But is it really a matrix in a matrix? And was that the cat?
Yeah, that's Bubba Jinx.
Oh, I looked away for a second. Boba
Yeah.
Jinx. That's there.
Yeah,
Oh,
he is
okay.
right there.
So you have a
Yeah.
couple of cats. Oh,
I have a few. Yeah.
Boba Jinx is cool. Yeah. So I think that the good and the bad comes with everything, and it'll be new for a while. I just don't know how they're going to police it. That's a really good point. That's all I'm thinking about now.
Sorry, it's my job to analyze risks. That's what I do for a living. I'm a spoiler. I apologize.
No, don't apologize. That's what I do too. I say I'm sorry. I hate to be the guy to crush your dreams, but yeah, it is what it is. It's the human nature of the predator, and that scares me. That scares me a lot. I think it'll get policed though somewhat. No more than the internet is.
Well, it comes to the people too. The people should police themselves. Question it. You wouldn't follow a person down a dark alley in this world, so why follow them down in a virtual world?
Because it's not real.
Right. Yeah, and they might trust some things, and then all of a sudden that behavior in that world becomes normal, and then you're back into this world, and then you do something normal.
Oh my God, that's right. You get desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Dude, my God, that sucks. So you could become an axe murderer in this world, and you're so used to seeing all the guts and gore that, hey, maybe I need more now.
Yeah, you don't want to do it for real this time. Yeah.
Well, I don't like that. How would they? Have you thought about it then? How they would police that? Or is there any way? No.
Well, look at Minority Report. Okay, that's policing with future precognition and things like that. Like they see things before it happens, but there's simulations. They do time travel. They go there's going to have to be a controller and someone watching. How do you police the internet? What if right now we were having a conversation about illegal activity? Who's moderating this right now? Unless you have somebody in your channel that's going to like report it instantly, and someone's going to do about it. We can get away with so many things at any time, so you can't even moderate what's happening.
No,
you just trust that the people within, so that you police it with the people. You trust that someone who notices it will report it.
But they're human too.
Mm-hmm. But do they realize what they're falling into? And we have those things. So the police here, which we use, which they're not watching what we're doing. They respond to the 911 call. So you would just respond to things that are reported, just like anything else.
Yeah, I guess they would also have algorithms and stuff like that in place. Certain activities and certain words and sentences, phrases, and whatnot.
Whatever technology CIA uses, whenever you say these buzzwords into your Alexa or Siri or whatever it is, that all of a sudden they're listening to you, right? Same idea.
Yeah. Yeah, here's what most people in this community said, not to be dark, but if someone gets, raped or murdered in the meta world. Well, that's kind of what we're talking about, but what if it transitions into the real world once they get desensitized to doing that so often?
Well, I would go to the programmer and find out why they would allow that to be programmed into it, so you're able to commit that. So
that's true.
That falls onto the manufacturer.
Right.
So I wouldn't. Who built this code to allow people to murder things? You're fired.
But yeah, that's true. But people will be upset. Well, so what? We don't want that in our world. But you want your world real.
But in this world, we have those things. We have black market stuff where people can pay lots of money to live out these things, and that's
true.
That's this world. That's
this matrix reality. Mm-hmm. See, that gets me thinking. You said who's going to be, watching all this. That's kind of like the guy in the Matrix. What was he? The creator, the director, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
He watched the architect.
Architect, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. You have to trust the architects, not on the on the fix too. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's the same thing as the internet, just maybe a little too close to home because you can be in it. But like you said, you could be in it in this world. So it's going to open up a lot of doors. You can stay till top of the hour, you said?
Yeah, well, I have to beat. I got to pass off some information to an employee at 11, so I'll peace out then.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I was just making sure.
Or you can boot me now because I ruined the show for you. I'm sorry. I can leave now.
Oh my God, no! Look, everybody's talking about it. Look, Kid Approved said the code to have sex or murdered should also be a no-no, right? Yeah. What is this one here? Mr. Stacey, please don't arm my Alexa. It talks shit. Yeah.
Sorry. Not sorry.
No. Well, I like the fact that, see, I was thinking of all the other stuff. Like, we can go to basketball games, football games, and be there live.
And that's cool, too, especially, and that keeps the cost down. I mean, it makes more people can show up and more people can be involved. I like how inclusive it is and how it gives more. And especially with these podcasts and radio shows that people do, it allows us all to be together,
It does. And you wouldn't have to charge them $50 to $100 for a seat, maybe $3. How many people you would have? Instead of 50,000 in a stadium, you could have, a million people.
Yeah, charge them $1. A million times a dollar is $1 million. Like, you can keep the cost really low if you got the influence. It's kind of like higher than that, it's greed.
Yeah. See, that's kind of what I think the whole thing could get corrupt down the road, and people will just take you out of the metaverse, just because they can, and hack your system and all that stuff. I don't know how they're going to be able to do that to protect us all. Yeah, I never thought of that. I was just... Oh, he's still on.
Sorry, she thought I was just listening, but
I'm actually on the show.
Thank you, honey. She just brought me some food.
What'd she get?
These are little quiches, little vegetarian.
Oh, wow.
Quiches.
Okay, cool.
Fun fact, I'm a vegetarian. I don't know if I ever said that. But they're, vegetarian.
Right on, man. Yeah, I don't think I ever went the vegetarian route. There was a time where I didn't eat meat, but that was for training purposes and whatnot. But other than that, yeah, I don't. I haven't had a steak in 3 years.
It's been a while for me. I mean, it helps with the brain. It increases brain power. Trust me.
Do you? What is the Shane Rodriguez is saying? You should look into FiveM.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
He's a gamer, so I'm not sure what FiveM is.
Maybe we should Google.
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick here. FiveM. Here we go. Oh, the Grand Theft Auto. Oh, I see what it is. Yeah, let me show you guys here on the screen. Yep, coming up in 5, 4, 3. Chrome tab. Let me do that. 2, 1. So this is FiveM, is a modification for Grand Theft Auto 5, enabling you to play multiplayer on customized dedicated servers. Wow. Okay. So you really get incredible speeds and everything, I would imagine. Let's see. Docs, servers, cookbook. No, I'm not going to download it just yet. I don't know what to look at. What's docs? Documents? Oh, how to install it and all that stuff. All right, Shane. Building upon years of development on the CFX.RE framework, which has existed in various forms since 2014, FiveM is the original community-driven and source-available Grand Theft Auto 5 multiplayer modification project. Oh my God. We put the community, both players, server owners, and the greater GTA modding community first. All right, I'll have to talk to you, Shane, about this more. But holy mackerel, I love Grand Theft Auto.
So, well, I think maybe on the topic of modding, I think so. So maybe what he's trying to emphasize, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that people can make third-party mods to games to create elements that go into it that are not involved with the manufacturers. So maybe someone within the metaverse could make a mod that would allow that these murderings that we're hoping doesn't happen, and then who can control that if the people download the mod, and then it becomes, all those freedom of choice and things like that too. So I think that's where he was leading with that. That's what makes sense to me.
Okay. Shane, is that right? Oh, GUFON. No, the main reason is for role playing, and RP, and they police it with invisible moderators, and I use that with my wheel and shifter. Okay. You don't even have to speed. Okay, got it. That's kind of what I was thinking too. But cool. All right, I'll save that in my bookmark. There we go. Thank you very much, Shane Rodriguez, everybody. Yep. So you said you're a gamer.
Yeah, when I have time. Yeah.
What are you playing now?
So Assassin's Creed is. I just finished Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I bought the Atlantis expansion pack. So I just finished that. But
cool.
I've always been obsessed with the Assassin's Creed games because it's odd because it does map. This is interesting. Okay, actually, it's so weird because when I played Assassin's Creed 3, I think it was, where they had mapped out New York at some point, and I had traveled to New York, and this was in a previous relationship, but it was with. I knew from playing that game and getting 100%, okay, because I finished it, got all the achievements.
Right.
I knew where to go when knew that I haven't been to New York at all before in my entire life because of the map. Because some of the I found one old building. I was looking for the Ghostbusters. Fire hall, which I found. I have pictures of that too. But by seeing that, I was able to find an old Masonic tavern. But from that tavern, I couldn't find it, but it was there in the game. So I found a building that I recognized, and then I kind of went down the road on a rabbit hunt, and that's probably why that relationship ended, because I went wandering in the middle of New York alone, left her alone, but that was bad. But then I found this place, and it was the game that I had remembered that gave me the map. So that's wild.
That's so cool. So it was mapped accurately.
Yeah. So it's Ubisoft, which is actually Montreal-based, so Canadian-based company, are the ones that I think are involved with Unity. I think they already do that mapping. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the one I just finished, was basically the Greek era, or the Greek and Roman era. And then before that was Origins, which is Egypt. So, scaling the pyramids, going inside, all these other things, all the mythology and everything is in there.
Yeah.
But this Atlantis one was really high tech. Like it really kind of played into the whole flat Earth dome thing kind of thing. That's kind of where. But they played that as in, to get to the underworld, you had to go through the Garden of Eden, and then you had to go down to the underworld, and then through the underworld you went through a portal to get to Atlantis. And then they actually had a little bit of a video that showed Adam and Eve coming out of the garden, but coming up and then out in the middle of the Antarctic, which that brings all those theories. Now this is a video game, and I brought this. This is why I also started broadcasting the podcast, our podcast on Twitch too, to cater to those gamers, because they're just like we get this. What do we call it? Not disclosure, conditioning, I guess, through our movies. Perhaps we're getting conditioning through our video games as well.
Of course, yeah, big time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just saw an article or a video. I don't know. I was going to play it, but I'll have to look for it again, about why we don't go to Antarctica. I haven't watched it yet. Do you know why we really don't go to Antarctica? Have you ever looked into that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's lots of theories. Well, define we as in us civilians.
Civilians, yeah.
Yeah, because there's government control,
sure,
I guess, right? So anyone who's not a government is not able to do that. I mean, when you get into that ice circle kind of thing, like that ice wall kind of thought or talk, that comes from the idea that it's a known fact that not a single country is able to own it, and that's because there's legislation that states that in order to own a body of land, you have to be able to surround it. So because you're unable to surround Antarctica is not owned by one body. The theory is it's not able to be surrounded, and therefore that's how they draw that conclusion to think that there's an ice wall
Yeah.
in the flat Earth conspiracy. So if it's but then you have all these things, we can't go there, and then you have all these different there's a whole bunch of other things that support something going on over there. I mean, Catalina Islands and all that other stuff where these UFOs and things are happening in that body, a lot, like there's a lot of things happening
They
in
go
that
straight
area.
there, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's all there.
Straight line.
Yeah, it's all there.
I love the mystery of Antarctica, and Richard Byrd went there, didn't he? That Admiral Richard
Byrd
Byrd
is he's one of the ones who claimed he saw this ice wall and all these things. I mean,
it's crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, for those of you who were in the podcast earlier and we did the end and carrying on into here, this is a carried on conversation. But for the record, I'm not a flat earther. I've just been talking to the people who believe it to understand why they believe it, and I'm learning from these people and the supporting evidence they use. It's got me thinking, like, well, you know what? That's true, but that doesn't mean this. It's like saying UFOs exist, and that doesn't mean aliens. So it's kind of the same basket.
Yeah.
But they got an answer for everything, and it's all like, well, that makes sense. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Let me come back to reality here. So they got some interesting theories.
They do. It wouldn't make sense for the world to be flat if everything else that we see looks round.
Well, so let's talk about if you look at the flat Earth map, what it actually is a polar projection. So the Miller projection, which we use, the Google Maps, that's a Miller projection. But the polar projection is this flat Earth map, but it's misinterpreted as assuming to be flat. But really, all it is an aerial view of the globe. Yeah. So if it's a dome, if it's a globe, if it's flat, it doesn't matter. But it's a perspective. So in terms of war, in military mapping from space, from the sky, if you're going to attack the entire world from above, that is the best map to use because you can see everything from above.
Sure.
If you're looking at it from the side, right, you can only see one body, and then you got to go around to get the other one. But if you're viewing it from the top, that's your vantage point. But then it's misinterpreted as a flat Earth map. I mean, I've been doing studies.
Oh, what happened? You cut out. You're gone. That's weird. Yeah, when you turn the camera. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna play this for you guys. This is from X01, virtual reality or some sort of video game, but just play this for you while he's getting set up. Where's the volume? I don't hear it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you.
For some reason, when I turned it, I unplugged it.
That was weird. Yeah, somebody in the chat said you should check out X01. So, oh wow, it looks pretty good.
That's cool.
Well, whoops. I'm so used to being on myself. Yep. Yeah, that was I think Kid Approved wanted to see that. But yeah. Where did you leave off? What were you saying? I can't remember now.
All I was just simply stating that I have been doing experiments with the flat Earth map because I do have one.
Oh, right.
and comparing it to the map that we know, and using the same math and calculations and doing some fact checks, there are some things that I'm scratching my head out. And that doesn't mean the Earth is flat. I'm just saying some of these associated facts make sense. And it makes me, scratch my head a little bit. But then the same thing with ufology, when I follow leads, and I'm like, that stuff makes sense too. And it's all trying to figure out how that is all connected, because perhaps that is the place in which. So in terms of evidence, reason why I'm so involved in this is if I'm using the wrong map, then all my calculations are wrong. As an example, we're using the wrong calendar. The actual first of the year is March 21, the spring equinox. That's the first of the year. And then we had calendars that changed all those dates. So we even have time zones. We're not even we don't even agree on the same time. So so when you're doing calculations in your spot, it's relevant to where you are, but to do a global calculation, you have to use universal measurements, so that's why we have GMT or Zulu, which is a universal measurement of time. But if we need a map that's universal, and we need a calendar that's universal to predict these dates. So some of these informations that we have, even with that, we are not even able to make proper calculations because we don't have the proper information. So again, if we're not using the right map, so if the map is a distraction, doesn't mean that the Earth is flat. I'm just saying that's the polarized projection. Even if you look at from the top and it's still globe, it's just changing your perspective, your point of view. We're looking at it this way when we should be looking at it this way. It makes sense in the points of travel. When you look, so which one of these things are lies? That's where I'm getting confused. Is there's so many lies, but then when you look into this flat Earth conspiracy things, you start to find truth. And then you're all like, huh.
Like
right?
what? Like what? Give me an example. Because
an example would be flight paths. Okay, so if you look at a Miller projection and you were to take a travel from, say, New Zealand to somewhere else, and you have to do a stop on the map, you would go from New Zealand up to the States, and then across to Florida, and then down to Argentina or something like that. It's kind of like a thing.
Yeah.
And then if you were to follow that same flight path on a polar projection, it's a straight line. So when you're in the plane, you could, it makes sense to go in a straight line, but these layaways don't make sense on the map. Why do you need to go up and then over and then down? But on a polarized projection, you're just going straight, and that makes sense.
Are you talking about commercial flights?
Yes. So
okay.
Then yeah.
The reason is because they're dropping and picking up other people on the land.
Mm-hmm. No, of course.
Right.
But I mean, there's no direct flights, right? So it's all about perspective. I'm not saying that's the way that it is. I'm just saying that's one example that shows that there's an easier route to go, right? And that's one of the examples that they use.
But it's a dangerous route. There could be updrafts of wind.
Yep,
They don't many things.
Exactly. So it keeps going back and forth, and that's the thing is that there's always this. But you're in the plane, and you can't really see where you're going. You just get up, and then you go, and you land, and then you're there.
That's true.
Right?
Unless you have GPS, you can follow yourself.
But you're not supposed to turn your phone on in the plane. So how
I
can
know.
you? Right. So
what
I'm trying to say is there's all these rules that are in place that don't really allow us to properly measure anything. And that concerns me, even to properly measure it for yourself. Anyways, I'm still exploring that. I'm not.
Yeah.
These are theories. These are hypotheses. I'm trying to comprehend. I'm not.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
These are not my beliefs. These are just things I'm trying to wrap my head around to make sense, so I can apply that to everything else that I've been doing.
No, I appreciate it, Ryan. I think we're on the same page with that. I mean, I know what you're saying. I'm not saying you believe in it. I'm saying you're looking at the data.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's a globe. I mean, I believe it's like a globe makes sense to me. I'm not an astronaut, so I can't confirm.
Yeah, I know. But then how do you explain satellites?
I don't know how, but they explain them as being held up by balloons, and that's where that dome thing comes in place. But I don't understand that either. So, I mean, what I really want to do, to be completely honest, I've been trying this, and the reason why I keep talking about it in this way, and I risk it's always risky to bring it up, but I want to have someone who really knows globe and really knows flat, and I want to mediate that. I want to sit in and mediate that and be like,
Totally.
okay, let's look at the facts, because I understand what's factual and what's not, but I need two people to go at it. I think that'd be a really good show.
Yeah, that's kind of the same reason why I haven't done any major flat Earth stuff, because I only know what I know. But some of them are experts at this stuff, or at least seem to be.
Well, when I'm investigating everything, so I can't disprove it. I can't ignore it. But because it'd be contradicting. I can't say UFOs exist and not that possible theory. So it's very hard to dabble in both of those words. But the people, as I mentioned in our show earlier, it's the people just to hate the government, and that's what we have in common. That's what we have in common, is that we all believe the government's lying about something.
Well, last night I was playing a video from NASA showing them giving an interview, and then the guy does a somersault and you see the guy grab the wire from his waist, but you can't see the wire. You ever see that one? Yeah, they're basically not in the International Space Station. I think they're in one of those planes that, does the gravity drop. And you could see every time they would go down, all four of them would move, but when the plane was climbing, they were all static. They're literally all upside down, hanging upside down. It's just...
And I've seen those videos too. And I mean, for what purpose? I mean,
save money.
Yeah, I guess. But why lie? I mean, who cares what shape the Earth is? I see the comments and stuff like that. I'm not a flat earther. I'm just I'm exploring the theories to pull the facts out of that so I can apply it. But what's the point in lying about it? It makes no sense. Whether it's there's no need to lie about that. It doesn't change the world. It doesn't change how we operate. It doesn't change anything. But yet...
No, but it shows there's cover up. If that's true, why?
But why? That's the thing, is why. Some explanations is that there's something that exists outside the wall, meaning, the extra, the outer space and things like that too. But can't prove that. We can't get to the wall to even see if there is one. Right.
Yeah. Do you remember when Buzz Aldrin and a lot of people, I guess celebrities and people with power, were going to Antarctica a few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had any take on why they were there or any idea. It was just weird. Then he said something I think was taken out of context, that he's like, it looks like, or I believe we saw what was to be hell or something like that. I don't know. It was weird. Then he got injured and had to get taken out of there.
Yeah.
Or he got sick or something.
There's lots of weird stuff happening there. So
go ahead.
Yeah, you can prove globe by having two nearby people travel in straight parallel lines north from the equator. The globe shape makes their lines overlap. Yeah, I'm not debating. I'm just, for context, these people, when in explaining how everything makes sense to them, they need to be here to defend that. I'm not defending that.
Yeah.
But it suggests, it's hard to explain because I'm still involved in it, but it gives me pieces of information that helps me understand this side of things. And then when I connect the two worlds together, it gives me this new theory, which is still working theory, which I haven't presented yet because I'm still researching it.
Sure.
So what I'm hoping is that if people can get past the argument part and actually talk to each other and compare notes, where we might land somewhere in the middle. And that's why I liked your answer as oblique, because that's in the middle, and perhaps that might be the truth, because both sides are very extreme and the truth has to be in the middle.
It might be. It's weird, man. Like you said earlier, we've never had a picture of the Earth right close up as a globe, but that Chinese satellite's way out there, and then somebody sent me an email saying, but everything's ones and zeros, and then when it comes back, they're showing you their interpretation of the data that the Earth is round from that China satellite. Anyway, you know the one that's 24 hours.
Yeah, I
Thank
know,
you.
but it doesn't matter
No, I
unless
know.
they're trying to distract us. So if you, and that's what it comes down to. It's a movement to convey that the government is lying. So it doesn't matter if it's lying about the shape of the earth or they're lying about aliens. They're lying. That's the problem. And we need to trust them,
We need to.
but we can't because there's so many lies.
Where's Lou Elizondo? What does he think about the flat Earth extraterrestrial? Thanks for the £5. It's 11 past 11. Do you got to go?
Oh, is it really? Okay. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
looking at my emails. Let me see here. See if he signed out. I can watch my guys working right now. Let me see. Yeah, he's done. He's on route. I can see him.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Ryan, Stacey, from where? Where can everybody find you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. Heed the World. I'm also on Twitter. My main role, I'm a ufologist and I do paranormal investigations. It's just flat Earth, which is kind of the topic for this evening. So we're carrying on. I'm sorry if this is your first impression of me. Please, please check out everything. You'll see what I'm really like. But
Yeah. Some people taking this a little too personally.
Yeah, it's okay. It's well, it's a social experiment for me. I like that people get mad, but I want to understand why they're mad. Because you say, like I said, we take the same logic to argue other facts. We got to stop arguing. We gotta work together. We got to start loving each other and just put our heads together and accept all truth, so we understand what is really true. I'm just using that as an example because I know it pisses people off, and it's strategy. Because what are they really mad about? They're just mad about. It's a comprehension thing. There's psychology. There's so many reasons for that, but we don't have time for that because I gotta go.
I know, man. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate this, and thanks for having me on your show. And we'll do this again.
Yeah, we'll do it properly next time.
Yeah, we will. All right, man. Have a good night.
One. Bye now.
You too. Bye-bye. You guys be nice out there. Come on, man. You can't say full of shit. Be nice. Should have been timed out for that, right? You got him timed out? Thank you. Man, you guys are brutal. You guys are brutal. Ryan has no, what do you call it? He's not here to defend the flat earth. He's just talking about what he's learning and learned. And I thought he was doing the right thing, saying, look, I don't believe in this or that. I'm just going by, what I'm learning. And some things make sense, some things don't. And the flat earth is a very crazy topic to get into. But is it crazy? That kind of leads us into where we're heading. Fake it till you make it, The flat earth. Now, I haven't looked into flat earth in a long time. Let me close some things down here. Hold on. I've got something that's really not... Hold on a second. I got to shut this down. I've got a lot of stuff open from earlier today. Let's get that out of there. There we go. Now I'm almost back to normal. Oh, shoot. Damn it. I shut down the wrong thing. Hold on. I knew that was going to happen. I have all my tabs open, and I'm trying to open them now. Did I get it? Got it. Oh, God, thank you. Lang, I'm not getting sucked in. Don't you know me? How can you say that? It's a conversation. This is what he's talking about. Why are you getting so mad? Why can't we just talk about things? It's stupid. And how often do I talk about flat earth? And we didn't even talk about it really. We just broached the subject because it was part of some other things we were talking about. Come on, man. I haven't talked about flat earth and I gotta be honest, I don't remember. It must have been 2.5, 3 years ago. I talk about fake space. That's what started it all. When I mentioned the fake space, then he went, well, that's part of the flat earth thing, right? Because we talked about it earlier on his show. Well, we're not talking about it anymore, all right? You don't start. You don't start. See, that's the attitude I like, Lang. You can talk that way. Just, let's be respectable. All it takes is one hit. Actually, it's 2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor. Oh! That's the real saying. All right, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to relax because we got another hour almost. And I want to get into what's going on in the Twitter world. Also, the people who do fake it to make it. I'm not going to spend much time on it. We're going to go through everything rather quickly. Actually, I don't even have to talk about it. We'll come back and we'll talk about anything else. We'll talk about Twitterverse. All right? Relax for a minute. And enjoy a little bit of Greg Brown, everybody.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean? What are they? Why are they? What do they mean? Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. In the field. What are they? Why are they? What do they mean? What are they? Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the field. Secrets in the field. What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
What do they mean? I know that was a bad transition. Sorry that took so long. I was looking through the magazine here, this Supernatural magazine that I picked up. It's a complete guide to it. And I don't know if I've ever heard of the Hoya Bachu Forest. I think I may have. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But there was a flying saucer that flew over this thing. And it hovered, and there's a picture of it right up here. Supposedly real as I knock over the... Yep, there's my nails. Yep. You guys are going to judge me on me biting. I can't bite my nails anymore. You know that? Which is a good thing. All right, so the Bermuda Triangle of Romania also has a reputation for powerful paranormal activity. There we go. That's why I chose this tonight. Because Ryan and I on his show were talking about the paranormal. And he asked me, are spirits and ghosts paranormal? I said, yeah. Would you say UFOs are paranormal? Yeah. Do you think that they're one in the same? Maybe they could be something that's happening simultaneously, or... I'm like, yeah. I'm paraphrasing, but that was pretty much the conversation, and we started talking about the paranormal. And I was like, well, what we need is somebody who's doing a ghost hunt. Let's say Ghost Adventures crew. They're going to Let Manor or something like that. And while they're doing their investigation, I take my team and we do a UFO investigation around the area. And then after the investigations are over, we compare data. Did I see any strange lights at midnight? Why? Because we caught some poltergeist activity. The door opened. Well, come to think of it, yeah, right at midnight, we saw a light in the sky we couldn't explain. Wow, that's weird. So a door opened as a UFO was in the area? Yeah. That kind of stuff. Nobody's doing that. Ryan is. You guys got to go check out the... I'll put his links to the website and all that stuff in the description after the show. But I'm looking into doing that now. I'm going to try to hook up with a ghost hunting team here in Florida. There's a lot of them. I happen to live within a mile from a haunted house. And I want to do a UFO investigation as they're doing their haunting investigation. Well, this Hoya Baciu Forest thing is unbelievable. It says, not far from Transylvania, a young girl wandered into a forest of oak trees and didn't come out. A search failed to find any trace of her, and, she was given up for dead. Then 2 years later, the child reappeared, unharmed, but with no memory of what happened to her. I'm having a hard time reading. Damn it. My eyesight's starting to go. It only took, 16 years, 18 years for my eyesight to start going? Let's see. I have glasses. They're in the other room. This is one of the many legends surrounding Romania's Hoya Baciu Forest. Oh, this is getting difficult. Also known as the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, a dark stand of crooked trees, considered by some a gateway into another dimension, where paranormal activity pulsates, causing spinning compasses and flashing lights and leaving visitors with sudden anxiety and the sensation of burning skin. Legends tell of ghosts hiding among the trees, of the sounds, giggling women you can hear, screaming girls, and the galloping hooves of invisible horses and deer. The gnarled and spiraling trees give way to a clearing known as the dead zone, an almost perfect circle where nothing will grow. Oh, I've seen this before. Even to this day, nothing grows there. Yeah. Even though tests on the soil samples have found that the dirt is perfectly fine. One of the most famous and best documented events occurred in the summer of 1968, of course, the year I was born, when a man named Emil, E-M-I-L, Baraka, it's hard to see. Look how they have the wording. I mean, it looks better when I'm up in the light like that, but it's hard to read. It's really grayed out for me. Let's see. Oh, my eyes are going crazy. So he went into the forest with his girlfriend and 2 friends for a picnic. Suddenly they spotted a shimmering saucer hovering over the treetops. Just before the object dashed away, Barea, a construction engineer and former army officer, had the presence of mind to snap the photograph here, which I showed earlier. Just to give you another look for those of you showing up. It's a picture of a real UFO. The black and white snapshot shows what appears to be a metallic disc angling inward toward the sky, like, this. UFO enthusiasts now cite the Hoya Bachia photos as the best evidence of a real close encounter, making the forest a popular spot for curiosity seekers. That is really wild stuff. Look, I said it on Alien Addicts show. It seems to be the theme of the day, which today is the 13th. I think the paranormal universe is UFOs, is spirits. Now, I'm not going to count psychics in that. Maybe we should. But psychics are different. They're messengers. They're not really something you can observe. Yes, you can see them, but they're not giving us any evidence other than what they think they're seeing in their mind's eye. So it is what it is with psychics. I'm not going to move that into this, but maybe it is part of the paranormal world. I think it is. I think it is. But I'd like to do those kind of investigations for sure. Where I go along with the ghost hunters, do my thing, get my 3 cameras that I have, set them all up, and just go nuts one night. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I don't know, have any of you ever done that before? Have you ever hunted UFOs the same time there was an investigation going on for ghosts and stuff? Maybe a cemetery would be an interesting place to do that. I don't like going to cemeteries at night. And in Florida, I am not going to do it. The cemetery during the day, I didn't even want to be in it. That's by my place, where I live. This place has the oldest cemeteries, the blocks, and all that stuff. I mean, it's old. It goes back to the Civil War. 1700s, I believe. 1400s, I think they say. Yeah. Yeah, I went to the cemetery in Scottsdale. Remember that? Nothing happened. I like the thought, though. I'm getting a lot of information. I got to check something out real quick here, and then we'll get into what do you call it? Twitterverse real quick. Wow, I can't believe all of these emails I got. Hold on a second. I'm just reading this email. Huh. I do see what you're saying, and I'll reply later on. Let's put that back as unread. Cash App. Somebody just send me something? Nope. They're giving me free tax filing. Oh, shit, that's right. Taxes. Damn it. Do we have to? All right, let's get to Twitter, then we'll get out of here. I noticed some interesting things on Twitter today. Yes. Oh, he died of a heart attack? No! Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Don't say that. Really? I'll have to look it up. I will not talk about that on the show, but I will give a comment. I will look into that, The Real Falcon. Thank you for throwing that my way, since the guy was real inspiration to me. Damn it. Damn it. That's unbelievable. Another reason I'm not going to say it. You know, I won't take it. And look, I've been fine. I think I may had it last year in January. I'm certain I had it from my sister's wedding. My mother, father, nephew all caught it, and I hung out with them. We all got it. I was sick the same time they were, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And then just last week, you know, I was out for a day, and I think I may have caught it, but the symptoms didn't match up. And that may be because of the different Omicron version that's going around. But how do you know? How do I know I didn't get the real COVID-19? I couldn't find a test, and I didn't want to set an appointment to go get one. Excuse me. But if I had it, I'm good. I think I'm okay. Anyway, Lou Elizondo was part of our conversation today with Ryan Stacey. Lou says, 9 hours ago, mind you, thank you all for making this happen. It's wonderful to be part of an amazing cause like this. Your generosity, see, he's watching my show. Mucho gusto generoso, come on. Your generosity is profoundly appreciated. I say appreciate. I know everybody does. Dan and I are humbled. Dan? The Signal, oh, Dan Z. A huge thank you to everyone who donated to the fundraiser. HSI Global has just confirmed receipt of their donation. I don't know what's going on here. Hey, look, Area 503 says, I've been trying to reach you for an interview to be included in a documentary. Do you have an email address, or would you mind messaging me if you are interested? Thank you. I said, he won't reply. You need to get a hold of his manager. Just trying to help. All right, this is interesting. This is part of the Mick West crap that he's been going through for the last couple of days, weeks. Did I already talk about this one? Yeah. All right, I have another one. I don't know what that was about, Lou. I think it was just something on a show. All right, UFO video. This comes from UAP Colombia. And I'm going to turn off the sound. Do I need to? No. This sharp video of a presently unexplained light phenomena was filmed during a storm in Oz and posted on Instagram on December 4th by Dirty Misfits Nick Goodair. It has no sound. It disappeared and returned after 45 minutes. Yeah. You know what it looks like to me? You ready? we'll play it again. This time I'll turn off the sound so I can talk through it. So, you know, you want to say drone, because that's what I want to say, right? But it looks like it might be a little bigger. See that? It was down here and then the light, maybe it spun around. But it, watch, see there and there. It looks like it may have turned from right to left. Watch. Then it's there. See, I don't know. I don't know, man, if that's a drone. But I would never fly my drone in this weather. You can. Up to 30 miles an hour. Some drones can go in higher winds, but my drone can go in 35 mile an hour winds. But when I get it up in 15 mile an hour winds, it's all over the place. It does its best, but this could be a UFO. Now, I'm thinking, all right, maybe it's a spotlight on the ground. I don't see anything underneath. Shooting up, especially during a storm. It's interesting. We have seen and heard, if it's a spotlight, from where? You would see it from the ground. And you can see when the lightning flashes, the background. See that right there, what just happened? That was an interesting series right here. Watch. Right there. It's going by some clouds. Bing, bing. And it's, I don't know, man. It's weird. It could be a drone with a flashlight on it and its landing light. I don't know. But that's not a small storm coming, man. And it's up there. It's I don't know how high the clouds are, but most drones don't go over 1,600 feet. A spotlight from above. That's it, Moonlicht. That's exactly right. From above. It's in the cloud. It's good. It's a good one. I think there's a logical explanation to it. What do you guys think? Let me see. Could it be an insect swarm? No. It follows an angle. Yes, that's not something that happens. No. Jesus turn the other cheek. Maybe. Spotlight? Not sure. I don't think. It's an overlay image. I looked at that too. I'll have to do a little more. I found it before I went live. So I had literally no time to look at this. I just thought it was interesting to look at. Helicopter spotlight. And that kind of wind? Yeah, I don't know. Yep. It's CGI music. Damn it, Karen. That is the greatest answer of the night. That's exactly what... Anytime there's music like that in a UFO video, it's CGI. Beautifully said. You guys are great. Yeah, it's not a spotlight. It could be, but I don't think so. All right, let's get to Twitter a little bit more here. I think I have... I think I'm a little tired of this because there's no evidence, right? An anonymous journalist source told me that an anonymous source told him that we are being prepared for the hybridization theory, DNA manipulation. Apparently, it won't be easy to hide with some advancements on the brink. What do you guys think? Yeah, well, there's no evidence yet. You understand? Capiche? Oh. Did I miss somebody's super chat? Is that what I'm being told? Where? Hold on. No, hold on. I'm going back. I'm going back far. I don't see anything. I'll have to pull it up. I'll have to pull it up on the big board here. If I missed anything, I'll do that before the end of the show if I missed your super chats. So don't worry about it. Anyway, I don't feel confident. Okay, so there's only one, like, if the aliens, like, where's this coming from? Abductees, right? It's the abductees. They're the ones who are talking about this alien hybrid, Alien fetuses were taken out of me after 2 months. I've given birth to 28 aliens, that one lady said, whatever her name is. Christina something or another. Yeah, she was on that girl's show, the singer, the one who sang to the ghost. What was her name? Mimi Rogers? What's her name? DNA manipulation. There's no proof. We just have people talking about it. Also, it's those same groups of people that talk about how we can't use our nuclear weapons, we're going to destroy the world. Mother Earth can't recover for something like that for 10,000 years. If we did that, we'd only be killing ourselves. Yeah, that's the point of a nuclear winter. But what happened with the school children when the alien popped out of that freaking UFO that popped out of thin air, came out of the forest, then it disappeared back into the forest, but before it left and came back, it walked up to the couple of school kids and said without moving its mouth, "You humans are ruining your world with technology," right? He said, don't get too familiar with your technology. It'll be the demise of the human race, something like that. Why would you tell a 10-year-old that? They didn't know they were 10 years old. They just saw humanoid-looking figures. Maybe they were new to the planet, and they had this message from, who knows, another dimension, somewhere else. That's all bullshit. I can't. I just can't. Why did those people see the aliens and the ship at that school? And you can't deny 1 million abductees or more, over 4,000 years of recorded abductions. Isn't it 4? It's a lot. China, doing it again. But I have a question about this. This comes from Bob Pliskin, Esquire. China, once again, putting out information on fines at NASA, is going to have an enormous PR problem and lose trust as other nations and commercial companies push the threshold in space, making their own discoveries. So it says here, China's Chang'e 5 lunar lander is the first to find water on the moon up close. Okay, those are the 2 words. Up close is all we need to concern ourselves with. Because we know there's water on the moon.
Feeling good.
Is this the video?
All these cars on Auto Trader.
Wow.
Oh, you don't say. Oh, that's my mother-in-law. Oh, they found water. Oh, they found it before us. Oh, it was up close. Oh, yeah.
The release command has been sent.
It didn't sound like China. Okay, we can't play. Is that Bon Jovi? That's not what I wanted. I wanted to see the picture up close. See, this is why I hate. Is this it? No. 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 Anyways, apparently they say they analyzed the rock's composition and comparing that with remote sensing from orbit show that the rock may have been excavated from an older basaltic unit and ejected to the landing site of Chang'e 5, researchers said. Oh, brother. This proportion of water is consistent with the preliminary analysis of the return Chang'e 5 samples. All right. The results were confirmed with the sample of lunar regolith that Chang'e 5's returned to Earth in December of 2020, making it the first probe to bring back material from the moon since 1970. Who gives a shh? China, I'm telling you, they're getting the everything now. They're going to own everything. They're going to own it all. So there's a Twitter person named TikTok whose daughter of 7 years old is talking about this alien. And the story continues here on Twitter. Queen being, this is according to my daughter of 7, she collaborated with me again and says Queen is friendly, no king. And colors match her UFO picture and her bedroom. She's almost 8. So, unbelievable, this picture. Why? Because I'm going to tell you why. And you're going to be like, what? No. Rich, no. Yeah. Rich, yeah. Remember that dream I talked to you guys about? Where I was about to lift my head. I had a ringing in my ears. I woke up right at 3-ish. And I see this blue beam. As I lifted up, had the ringing in my ear, woke up. It was so painful. And I see this bluish, whitish light reflecting off the headboard. And when I turned to see where it was coming from, this light, I watched the beam retract into what looked like an alien's hand. When the light got close to it and was retracting, like your mother's got 6 lips, and it's going back into its hand, it lit up this side of its face brighter than the light that was in the room, the ambient light. And I said this the other day. It looked like there were pockets, like if you had a suction cup and turned it upside down, they were like all. It was weird. It just reminded me of this. This alien has all these marks and the same colors that I saw. Pastels, blues and whites, and greens. And I'm just seeing this. And this part up here is the colors that I mainly saw on the chest area down here, which you can't see. And side of its head lit up. And it was over. I mean, it was like 2 seconds the whole entire thing lasted, but the memory's forever. It's a really interesting picture. See, these are the things that we just can't automatically deny because it's a young girl, 7, 8 years old, or it's a guy who's homeless, or a guy who lives in the woods, or somebody who is not up to your standards of what you think a credible person would be. I used to be that guy, man, but we need to look at the evidence, and if there isn't any, then all we have left is their story. When I hear something like this, it confirms something in my brain that I experienced. So she's right on par with what I think I saw. And that, to me, is wow. I mean, wow. It's wild. That's why I wanted to show you. It's just some things like that pop up in my life, and I'm like, I can't believe this person is drawing this and saying this, and it's similar to what I had. I know a lot of abductions, a lot of alien visitations are very similar, right? I didn't say it. I had a dream and I woke up from it and never went back to sleep. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. There's other stuff up here I don't really want to talk about, but a lot of people have had experiences and they dismiss it just like I do. Because you don't, you look at something and you're like, oh, yeah. And why is it when you see something, you look away, you look back and it's gone? See, I don't like that. That to me tells me I was either hallucinating or I was sleeping. I don't know. Hold on a second. let me see this real quick, and then thank you for supporting the show tonight. Appreciate it, guys. You can still support the show afterwards if you want with PayPal, Cash App, or become a patron. Let me see if I missed anybody tonight. William Bridges, $5, and Exofa, $5. All right, I got everybody. Thank you very much. We're going to head out of here, I guess. Uh-oh. Something just happened. How's that possible? Are we still live? Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. Moderators, super chatters, I appreciate your support, help, and everything else. And you guys make the show awesome. I have been going since 6.5 hours, 6 hours of radio or talking. I have not eaten anything but a sausage biscuit with egg and cheese. So I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go work out. And then I'm going to go to bed. So thank you all for your support. Newcomers and veterans, thank you very much for chilling out tonight. If you like the show, just, subscribe to it. I'm out of steam. I'm dead. I'm dead tired. I'm dead. See you guys tomorrow. 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll be back at the normal time. And what is GUFON? What is it? That's right. It's Truthology for you follow.